What's up everyone, welcome to P4P TV. This is Michael and it's been a while but I'm back. When two heavy-handed fighters meet, you can be sure that there will be fireworks, and Saturday the 24th of September is sure to bring some drama and quite probably a knockout or two, particularly in the main event for that night. Firstly on the card that night, representing the ladies, it will be United Kingdom versus United Kingdom when Hannah the Banger Rankin defends her IBO and WBA Super Welterweight titles against, again, Terry Harper, who is coming up from lightweight to challenge for the belts. Harper has spent most of her career fighting as a junior lightweight, but has competed at Super Welterweight once early in her career. She was only a couple of fights ago knocked out by Alicia Baumgartner at 130 pounds, so even though Hannah Rankin is not a huge puncher, she did send her last opponent, Alejandra Ayala, who has spent most of her time at 147 pounds and above, to hospital in critical condition where she almost died from her injuries. Like I said, a very game Harper. But our fight focus now is Leigh Wood as he defends his WBA Featherweight title against big-hitting Mexican Mauricio Lara. Happening in Wood's backyard, Nottingham Arena, Nottingham. It's the same venue where Wood stopped Michael Conlan late in their bout early in 2022. Can he repeat history? Leigh Lethal Wood is the fighter that I bet against in his matchup with Michael Conlan early in 2022. Not knocking Wood or his ability, but going into their fight, it was my belief, as it still is today, that Conlan had and does hold the superior technical boxing ability, skill, and IQ over Wood, and is a far more creative and dynamic fighter, as I stated in my prediction video in the lead up to their fight this past March. I believed Conlan would outpoint Wood and would maintain the wherewithal to not get sucked into any unnecessary tight exchanges, particularly in the late rounds. Well, so much for that. Watching the fight, I had Conlan up on the scorecard, so did the judges and most people looking on, I'd wager. But in the 12th round, an exhausted Conlan didn't play it safe, and after another exchange, he was backed up to the ropes before Wood, ever so considerate, made Conlan a cozy little ringside hammock beyond the ropes, immediately after singing a lovely right-handed bedtime lullaby to him.
Why don't you write a song about this? You can call it, I got punched in the nose for sticking my face in other people's business.
All credit to Wood, because this is exactly what he's good at. He draws you into exchanging with him through his relentless tenacity and doggedness. Some are more willing to exchange than others, and in recent years, many of his bouts end up with a KO or TKO victory for Wood in the late rounds, because he knows, spurred on by an engine that won't quit, if he can pin you down and duke it out late in the fight, he has the Valium touch in both hands to make you go night-night. Before Conlan, he almost did a similar thing to Can Zhu in the 12th round, only this time the ref intervened and stopped the fight. Wood is more than just a puncher, however, and his boxing ability shouldn't be underestimated. He's got decent footwork, albeit limited, that helps him to shift around an opponent, getting him into great defensive and offensive positions, not to mention his ability to find gaps in an opponent's defense, and it's not always by manhandling a defensive guard that would be forcing a gap, or by feigning in order to draw open a guard. I'm talking about spotting and exploiting gaps with creative shot selections. 26 wins with 16 by KO, with only 2 losses, 1 by KO. Wood has a lot of positives, but will it help him get over against a formidable fella like Lara? Mauricio Bronco Lara is no stranger to fighting Englishmen, and for English boxing fans, Lara is no stranger to them either. In only his second professional bout fought outside his native Mexico, I believe, Lara faced an, at the time, undefeated Josh Warrington back in 2021 on Warrington's home soil. Warrington came out looking to bring it to Lara, only to find out the hard way that Bronco by nickname, Bronco by nature, as the Mexican indeed punches like a pure-blooded horse in heat. Basically, he hits hard. Warrington realized he don't want no part of this shit. Warrington changed tactics and chose to fight from the outside, circling around Lara. But when exchanging with Lara, Warrington seemed to struggle in dealing with the power at the end of Lara's gloves and was ultimately slept in the 9th round. English fans baying for blood in a rematch later that year were sorely disappointed after the fight was stopped in the 2nd round after a head clash between Lara and Warrington caused a nasty cut over Lara's left eye, and the fight was deemed a technical draw. So, Lara and UK fight fans have history, and no doubt the English will be out in force to support another one of their own. But does Leigh Wood actually have a chance? Because not many people are giving him one. Seeing as both fighters like to come forward and throw heavy-handed combinations, it's during one of these exchanges that Wood has probably his best chance, because Lara does tend to come leaping in sometimes with his chin exposed. Watch his last bout with Emilio Sanchez, where Lara was launching forward and swinging for the rafters when he sensed an opportunity to get Sanchez out of there. He soon did at the end of the 3rd by violently knocking Sanchez out, but Lara showed vulnerabilities during the fight that Wood could take advantage of. Sanchez hurt Lara by going to his body, and Wood is excellent at targeting the body. Also, Lara tends to stand stationary in front of you when under fire, and Wood can throw punches together all night if he has to. Lara has concussive power. If Wood can withstand that, he can potentially break Lara down through accumulation, as Wood often does. Both fighters have been stopped before and have similar records. Lara has 24 fights with 17 by KO and 2 losses, 1 from a KO. I believe one of these guys will get another KO loss to their record. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to be locked in a steam room with Klaus Schwab, where I expect him to whisper all creepy-like in my ear, "You will wear nothing and you will be happy." But I too don't give Wood much hope of winning. He's a full decade older than Lara, and he's been knocked down by fighters with much softer touches than Lara, guys like Michael Conlan and Gavin McDonald. However, I'm going to be cheeky and say Wood survives Lara's initial punishment and just makes it to the late rounds, where he catches Lara with nasty bodywork that shuts Lara down, giving Wood a KO win. I have almost no faith that this happens, but I sense an upset. And believe me, it would be a massive upset, but my spidey senses tell me something's up. Before we hear from the experts, a reminder to please jab that like, share, subscribe, and notification bell. Check out our Patreon page to become a Patreon family member, where you'll receive some cool perks. Looking for some new threads? We've got t-shirts, hoodies, and more, so head on over to our Michael Akobi Pound for Pound TV stores. They can be found on Redbubble and Spreadshirt, so make sure to check them out. I've said for some time that life is a fight outside the ring, and like so many, I too have battled substance abuse, depression, lack of confidence, and all sorts of trouble on the streets and with the law. Yes, there was much darkness in my life, but I turned it around, and my experiences might help you to do the same if you are or have dealt with similar hardships. It's all documented in my book, How to Get Out of Life Traps, and it's available on Amazon, so just follow the link below. Thank you for watching Pound for Pound TV. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates. See you in the next one. Looking for somewhere to store your crypto? I'm not a financial advisor, but it's pretty obvious that cryptocurrency is growing in popularity and utility. And many folks think that they've missed the boat on cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but they couldn't be further from the truth. And if you're invested or looking to invest, CoinSpot has you covered. This is not a paid sponsor, but CoinSpot is what I use to buy or sell crypto, and it's where I keep my investments safe. Click the link below and check out the up-to-date and user-friendly charts and overall platform that is blockchain certified and trusted by millions of users. Follow the link provided and enter the code to receive $10 worth of Bitcoin just for simply signing up.